Hello there, and welcome to Adventures in Knitting with Jen, episode 6, part 2. I had recorded a whole video on Sunday, and I had edited it and everything today, but technology was not my friend today. Our internet service is not very good here. The internet in my home is not good enough to edit. I can upload straight from YouTube. It takes a long time, but I can't do it from, I can't edit and then upload. So I had a lovely video talking about the floods and everything and pictures, but unfortunately, that's not what you're gonna get. It just wouldn't work. So yeah, I'm redoing this, and part of the thing about redoing it though is that some of the projects that were WIPs, some of them are now finished objects. So yes, all of that to say, in case this is the first one you're seeing, my name is Jen, and I am a teacher way up north, about 7 hours north of Thunder Bay. I teach grade 5. When I am home down south, I'm outside of Ottawa with my mom and my brother and his wife and their 5 kids. And it is 35 days until I go home. I will be home. I am excited. I miss my family so much, especially since there's a little nephew that I have not met yet. He was born like a week after I left. So little Truett, he'll be about 5 months when I finally get to meet him. So I can't wait. Well, yes, so school is progressing. We're going. The last 2 weeks have been kind of rough, but as usual, like any teacher can identify with that, in that the first couple weeks of school are always rough. You know, the first week the kids are all well behaved because they're like kind of not sure what's going on, and then they start to remember and they start testing you and pushing the boundaries, and you gotta crack down. So we had the crackdown week, and so now we're finally heading into the remembering how to behave in school, and yeah, so hopefully the next few weeks, we only have a few more weeks, 4 I think, we are done school June 24th. So we're almost there. Yeah, so what I wanted to talk about today was about the floods that we've been having here. But unfortunately, I have no pictures to show you. You're just gonna have to take my word for it. Or you can check Instagram out. I have some pictures there. But yeah. So we had a lot of snow this winter, and that coupled with a lot of rain, we have had flood. And the Northern is the only store, and it's where the only gas station is too, and it used to be an island, but it hasn't been in years. Anyways, it is an island again. The water just came in over the road, and now in order to get to the Northern you have to take a boat, which I did on Wednesday. It's fine, you just go to a certain spot. There's a couple different spots that you can catch the boat, and it's free. They're being paid to do that, and yeah, you just hop in the boat, go across, get your groceries, and then head back home. A little different experience than maybe you would be used to down south, but it works. The water has risen, like I heard the other day that it was 12 feet. So 2 years ago, the Northern did flood, but that was in the fall, and it wasn't high enough. You still took a boat taxi, but a lot of people drove across. I actually drove across once. It was crazy and fun. The water was up to the headlights of a truck, so a lot of people still drove across it, but this time you can't, because 12 feet, you just can't. And when I first came here 6 years ago, there's a dock just to kind of give you an idea of how much the water's risen. And I used to sit on the dock and put my feet over, and I couldn't touch the water. That's how low it was. And that was the highest, actually, that I remember it. After that, it just kept getting lower and lower and lower. Now there is no dock. The water is completely risen above the dock, and it's disappeared underneath. So it's kind of crazy. There was some concern that we would lose water, because there's a pump house that pumps all the water into the community really close. Obviously, it has to be close to the water, and it was in danger of being flooded. And so they were telling us, we're probably gonna have to shut it off, conserve water. So there are 3 different types of houses here. There's the ones that have no water and they have outhouses, and then there is those that have a tank, a water tank and a sewage tank, and then there's the smallest amount, which I am part of, and that is we are on community water. So, and we have toilets. So if we were without water, we were the ones who are going to have probably the hardest time, because you can't flush your toilet or anything like that. The people in the trailers with the tanks, they're good as long as it's empty, but as soon as it's full, like the truck will come and empty their sewage and they'll be okay. But yeah, so my roommate and I went around and filled water, every container we could find with water, because we thought, oh no, what are we gonna do? But thankfully, emergency crews came in and they sandbagged the pump house, and yeah, so far, so we're all good. Emergency averted. And we can continue school just as usual. Obviously, if they had shut the water off, we wouldn't have been able to have school. So yeah, that's what's been happening here. The water is slowly going down. I went to check it the other day, and it's gone down a bit. So hopefully it keeps going down. Yeah, so on to the knitting. Well, what do I want to talk about first? I guess we will go through my works in progress. I am still working on this. This is the Nova dress for my little niece. I am deciding that it's going to be a Christmas present because it's taking forever. Also, because I'm going home in a couple weeks, I don't want to take all this knitting home, so I want to make sure I finish up a couple smaller projects first. So this one's going on a timeout until I'm finished some of the other projects that I want to get done. That's the Nova. All right. Well, a year ago, I bought this thing. There's a thing called Knit Stars. I don't know if you've heard of it or not, but it's like a knitting online school, and you can buy a season, and then it has a couple different courses in it from different knit designers and different things like that. And yeah, so I bought season 1, and it came with this little tutorial on how to make a sweater, and they use a baby sweater as a guide to kind of teach you this English tailoring kind of knitting, which is really interesting. So yeah, this is my little baby sweater that I'm making. It said it's supposed to be 12-month size, but yeah, this doesn't look 12 months, maybe 3 or 4 months. 6 if it's tiny, but I do know a few people who are having babies this year, so hopefully one of them will have a girl. But yeah, I'm working away on this, and it's got a little lace detail on the bottom, which I'm usually not good with lace, but this one I seem to be able to do, so that's exciting. This yarn is from Rowan and Raven. It's called A Fish Can Breathe. It's really cute, pink. Yeah, so I'm working away on that, and they give you little videos, so each step of the sweater they gave you a video to watch and follow along with, which was really cool. It was a little different. Give you some tips and tricks on how to make things better. And my last working project right now is my sweater, my Gambit Cardi, the light. because I'm recording this again, I'm doing it at night, so the lighting is not as good as it was in the other video. But I have split for sleeves. And yeah, I'm actually almost done this because I want it to be cropped to wear with dresses mostly. Yeah, I have a few dresses that are like cute, but they're just have straps, not sleeves, and that's just not appropriate for work. So to make it work appropriate, I like to throw on a little cardigan, but it's really hard to find cardigans that are short that just don't seem to be in style right now. And I am short and I have a short little body, so that's the advantage of knitting your own things. You can make it whatever size you want. So I only have maybe about 4 or 5 inches more to go, and then I'm going to be finished this. And sleeves, I will do long sleeves, I think, because they're more versatile. If I do short sleeves, then I'm not going to want to wear it in the winter. So long sleeves, I can just always roll it up. Maybe I'll do 3/4. Think about that. Those are my works in progress, because I had another work in progress before my first video, but now it's a finished object, almost. One of my co-workers just had a baby. He's 1 month old now. And so I made this little baby bonnet for him. Made it 12-month size so that it'll fit him next winter. But yeah, it's really cute. So it's different construction because you make this band first, this cable, and then you pick up and knit back. So it's really cool. I made one for my little nephew Truett before he was born, and he wore it this winter. So I made another one, but much bigger. This yarn is so nice. It is merino and cashmere and nylon, and it's from Alley Cat Yarns. She is out from Ottawa, so she's local to me when I'm home. I really like her yarn. It's really beautiful, and this is called Emerald Boa. So could be for a boy, could be for a girl. It's kind of camo-ish, green colors. So yeah, that is one of my finished objects. The other one is a hat. So again, it's really hard to see because the lighting has changed from morning to night. But this yarn is one that I dyed with when I was trying natural dyeing, Avocado. And it has a little cable on it. It's called the cheering hat. So you can see the cable. And it's slouchy, obviously. I was never a fan of slouchy hats before. I always liked the beanies, but I am a big fan now because when you have a ponytail, you can just throw it back there and your whole head is covered. So yeah, I will definitely be making a beanie for myself in the future. I mean, not a beanie, a slouchy hat. This is really slouchy though. But yeah, so this yarn I dyed with avocados. It's kind of pinky, a beigey pink. I have been reading up on how to get more of a pink color, and I'm going to be trying that this summer. This summer, a lot of the content from this little podcast thing that I have is probably going to be I'm going to do a lot of dyeing because I have plans for all kinds of stuff that I want to try this summer. My mom is collecting dandelions for me, so I'm going to try to dye yarn with dandelions, and I'm going to try avocado again, and a few different things that I want to try. Oh, I never said what I was wearing. This is what happens when you do things twice. So this is just a little one skein shawl called Easy Goes It shawl by Finicky Creations, and it was really long but thin, and it's not really a shawl, it's like a scarf, right? You just throw it on, it's great. Wearing black, it goes with anything, neutral colors. I don't know where I got it from, but it's got kind of purples, and yeah, it's really nice. soft. I'm pretty sure there's cashmere in this one. I tend to save my cashmere skeins for making little scarves like this. So the last item that I have is, oops, this guy. Oh my word. Can you, like, I'm just so incredibly happy with this guy. This is the Happy Scrappy teddy bear, and he's going to be a birthday present for my niece Emma. I think hopefully she'll like him. But yeah, I'm in love. He's so cute. I held two yarns together, so kind of see I held a green and a gray together. It was kind of interesting to see which ones show up. And the arms are obviously different because he's scraps. He's made with scraps. So part of the yarn is from my friend Laura, who has Red Brick Knitwear. She gave me some yarn to try when she started dyeing yarn 2 years ago. Anyways, so I had some scraps left over. I used that, and then the gray, I held gray throughout the whole thing, and that's just patterns like what you would find at Michael's. He's so cute, and he is attached. He's sewn on. I'm like checking, making sure. Yep, he is. He's not sewn on. He's knitted on, so you know he's going to be a little more. The other knitted toy, which you will see in July, all the pieces are sewn on, so it was a little more finicky. But yeah, I'm so happy with him. I had bought eyeballs, but they weren't the size needed for this guy, so I did these, sewed them on with black yarn, and I want to make so many more. I'm already looking through my stash to see what I have, and I'm just so pleased. He's nice and big. Like, I just love him. I love him. I'm gonna make myself one. He's so cute. All right, so that is everything for episode 6, take 2. And yeah, we'll see what the internet situation is like, and maybe I'll just have to wait till I'm home to do kind of any more editing kind of videos, and I'll just have to do straight YouTube. We'll see. But I hope you have a good 2 weeks, and I will see you later. Goodbye.